Did you know that some of the most common things you've heard about kidney failure might be completely wrong? These myths aren't harmless misunderstandings. They can lead you to ignore early kidney symptoms, dismiss proper care, or follow advice that does more harm than good. We'll dive into the 5 biggest myths about kidney failure, exposing the truth behind each one. Myth number 1. It's a doozy, and it's one of the most widely believed misconceptions out there. Myth 1. You'll feel pain if your kidneys are failing. This is one of the most dangerous kidney myths out there, and it's easy to understand why people believe it. Pain is often how our bodies communicate that something's wrong, right? But when it comes to your kidneys, they don't always sound the alarm. Kidney failure, especially in its early stages, is known as a silent condition for a reason. It sneaks up on you without the dramatic warning signs you might expect. Think about it. Your kidneys work quietly in the background, filtering waste, balancing fluids, and supporting overall body function. When things go wrong, the signs can be subtle. Ever noticed swelling in your legs or feet? Constant fatigue, even after a good night's sleep? How about foamy or bubbly urine? These are all possible red flags, but they're often dismissed as minor or unrelated issues. Here's where it gets tricky. The lack of pain means many people don't even think about their kidney health until it's too late. This is why regular kidney function tests are essential, even if you feel perfectly fine. Think of it like routine maintenance for your car. You wouldn't wait for your engine to break down before changing the oil, right? Take John, for example, a busy professional who assumed his occasional swelling and tiredness were just part of getting older. By the time he saw a doctor, his kidney function had dropped to 30%. If he had gone for a simple blood or urine test earlier, he could have started treatment and slowed the progression. So what can you do? Start by being proactive. Schedule a kidney health checkup once a year, especially if you have risk factors like high blood pressure or diabetes. Watch for subtle signs your kidneys might be struggling, and don't hesitate to get checked out if something feels off. Your kidneys might not scream for attention, but they rely on you to listen to their whispers. Speaking of listening, let's address a myth you've probably heard before, one that makes people believe they can fix all kidney problems with just a simple drink. Intrigued? Let's explore it next. Myth 2. Drinking tons of water will fix all kidney problem. Here's a myth that's as common as it is misleading. The idea that drinking lots of water will magically fix all your kidney problems. Don't get me wrong, hydration is crucial for kidney function, but there's a big difference between staying hydrated and drowning your kidneys in water. Let's unpack this. Your kidneys filter about 50 gallons of blood each day, removing waste and extra fluid. Sure, drinking water helps keep this process running smoothly, but drinking too much can actually do more harm than good, especially if you already have kidney problems. In advanced stages of chronic kidney disease, excess fluid can build up in your body, causing swelling, high blood pressure, and even heart issues. Think of your kidneys as a finely tuned engine. If you pour too much oil into a car, it's not going to make it run better. It's going to cause problems. The same goes for water. The goal isn't to guzzle gallons, but to maintain a healthy balance. So what does that balance look like? For most people, drinking 8 to 10 glasses of water a day is sufficient. But here's the catch. Your hydration needs depend on factors like your age, weight, activity level, and even the weather. A marathon runner in the summer heat will need more water than someone working in an air-conditioned office. And if you're on dialysis or have advanced kidney failure, your doctor might recommend limiting your fluid intake altogether. Take Sarah, for instance. She believed the hydration myth and started drinking nearly 3 liters of water daily, thinking it would cleanse her kidneys. Instead, her doctor warned her that overhydration was straining her already compromised kidneys. After adjusting her fluid intake and focusing on a kidney-friendly diet, she noticed significant improvements in her energy levels and overall health. So what's the real takeaway? While staying hydrated supports healthy kidneys, it's not a cure-all for kidney failure or chronic kidney disease. Pair hydration with a balanced diet low in salt and processed foods, and you're giving your kidneys the support they truly need. Now let's shift gears and tackle another myth, one that assumes kidney failure strikes out of nowhere, like a sudden storm. But is that really the case? Stick with me, because the truth may surprise you. Myth 3. Kidney failure happens overnight. Here's a myth that leaves many people blindsided. The belief that kidney failure happens overnight. It's easy to see why this misconception exists. One day you feel fine, and the next, you're told your kidneys are barely functioning. But the reality is much more gradual and, in many cases, preventable. Kidney failure doesn't just appear out of thin air. It's usually the result of chronic conditions like high blood pressure, diabetes, or recurring urinary tract infections, all of which slowly chip away at your kidney function over time. Think of it like a leaky faucet. One drip doesn't seem like much, but over months or years, it adds up. For instance, many people with chronic kidney disease aren't even aware they have it. The early stages often come with no symptoms at all, or symptoms so subtle, like mild fatigue or slight swelling, that they're easy to dismiss. By the time noticeable signs like severe swelling, shortness of breath, or confusion appear, the damage may already be advanced. This is why kidney prevention is so critical. Regular screenings for kidney function, especially for those with risk factors like high blood pressure or diabetes, are your first line of defense. A simple blood test to check your creatinine levels or urine test to detect protein can reveal early signs of trouble long before you feel a single symptom. Take Carlos, for example. At 50 years old, he thought his occasional headaches and increased urination at night were just part of aging. But a routine checkup revealed his kidneys were only functioning at 60%. By making changes to his diet, cutting back on salty foods, and managing his blood pressure, he was able to slow the progression of kidney disease and avoid more serious complications. The key takeaway here is this: kidney failure is a slow-moving process, not an overnight event. By paying attention to your health and catching problems early, you can often stop or at least slow the progression significantly. Speaking of slowing progression, let's talk about another common myth: the idea that your genetics alone determine your kidney health. Is this belief keeping people from taking control of their own health? Let's dive into it. Myth 4: it's all about genetics. You can't prevent kidney failure. Here's a myth that can make people feel powerless: the belief that kidney failure is entirely genetic, and there's nothing you can do to prevent it. Sure, genetics can play a role. If kidney disease runs in your family, you might have an increased risk. But here's the good news: your lifestyle choices hold far more power than you think. Let's break it down. Kidney health isn't determined by fate alone. It's influenced by the daily choices you make. Factors like diet, exercise, hydration, and avoiding harmful habits all play a huge role in preserving healthy kidneys. For instance, smoking and excessive alcohol consumption are notorious for putting stress on your kidneys, while a diet high in sodium and processed foods can exacerbate conditions like high blood pressure, which directly impacts kidney function. Think about it like this: genetics might load the gun, but lifestyle pulls the trigger. Even if your family history puts you at a higher risk for chronic kidney disease, you can take proactive steps to protect yourself. Start by managing the controllable factors. Keep your blood pressure in check, maintain healthy blood sugar levels if you're diabetic, and aim for at least 30 minutes of physical activity most days of the week. Take Lisa, for example. Her father and grandfather both struggled with kidney disease, so she assumed it was only a matter of time before she'd face the same fate. But after learning about the importance of prevention, Lisa made small but impactful changes. She cut down on processed snacks, replaced sugary drinks with water, and started walking every evening. Over time, her test results showed no signs of kidney stress, proving that genetics don't have to dictate your destiny. Another powerful tool for prevention is a kidney-friendly diet. Focus on reducing sodium and eating more whole foods like fresh fruits, vegetables, lean proteins, and whole grains. Foods like blueberries, spinach, and fish rich in omega-3s are particularly good for kidney health. And don't forget to monitor your portion sizes. Overeating, even with healthy foods, can contribute to weight gain and increased strain on your kidneys. So while it's true that genetics can influence your risk, they're far from the final word on your kidney health. You have the ability to make choices today that can dramatically reduce your chances of developing kidney disease tomorrow. But what about those who are already dealing with kidney failure? Does it mean life as they know it is over? Not at all. Let's tackle this next myth and uncover the truth about living with dialysis. Myth 5: dialysis means your life is over. When people hear the word dialysis, it often feels like the end of the road, a life filled with limitations and sacrifices. But here's the truth: dialysis isn't the end. It's a treatment designed to give people with kidney failure the chance to continue living fulfilling lives. Let's start with what dialysis actually does. When your kidneys can no longer filter waste and toxins from your blood, dialysis steps in to do the job. Think of it as a life-saving bridge, helping your body maintain balance while you explore other options, like a kidney transplant. For many people, dialysis becomes part of their routine, not a prison sentence. Take Maria, for instance. At first, the idea of starting dialysis felt overwhelming. She pictured herself stuck in a hospital, unable to enjoy her favorite hobbies. But once she began treatment, she realized it wasn't the end of her freedom, it was the start of a new chapter. Now Maria schedules her dialysis sessions around her part-time job, travels with her family, and even took up painting, something she'd always wanted to try. There are also advancements in dialysis technology that make it more convenient than ever. Did you know some people perform dialysis at home? Home dialysis offers flexibility and can be done overnight, freeing up your day for other activities. Plus, portable dialysis machines are becoming more common, making it easier to travel and stay active. And while dialysis is an important treatment option, it's not the only path forward. Many people use dialysis as a temporary solution while waiting for a kidney transplant. With medical advancements and awareness campaigns increasing donor availability, transplants are offering more and more people a second chance at life. It's also important to address the emotional side of dialysis. It's normal to feel scared or uncertain at first, but connecting with a support group can make all the difference. Talking to others who are thriving on dialysis can shift your perspective and inspire you to embrace the journey ahead. So, does dialysis mean your life is over? Absolutely not. It's a chance to reclaim your health, spend more time with loved ones, and even discover new passions. But now that we've tackled these myths, let's put it all together and talk about how this knowledge can empower you to take control of your kidney health. Let's quickly recap the 5 dangerous myths about kidney failure we busted wide open. First, we learned that kidney failure often develops silently. You won't necessarily feel pain, so don't ignore the subtle signs. Second, while hydration is important, guzzling gallons of water isn't the cure-all for kidney problems. Third, we busted the idea that kidney failure happens overnight. It's a gradual process, and catching it early is the key to prevention. Fourth, genetics might play a role, but your lifestyle choices have far more power to protect your kidney health. And finally, we shattered the misconception that dialysis means your life is over. It's a lifeline, not a dead end. Don't forget to like this video, share it with someone who needs this information, and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss our next health-focused video. Before you go, make sure to click on the next video on your screen. It's packed with more tips to keep your kidneys healthy and your body thriving.